Greetings, Kurokuji the Artsy Blue Dragon speaking. Honestly, my explanatory videos haven't received much feedback and enthusiasm, which was the reason for lack of those from me for a long time. Also, I'm a dragon, hence I'm quite lazy, but that's not our topic. Some of you privately asked me to show how I started working on a picture from scratch, how I think during the process, and which order I follow. That's what this video is going to be about. So get yourself a mug of tea and let me narrate about my drawing process as simple as possible. But first, huge thanks to my dear Patreon supporters for making it possible to create this and other videos. From simple to complex. This is the main rule I'm trying to follow, and if I decided to draw a simple headshot of someone completely, totally random, let's say a dragon, I'm going to start from basic shapes, ellipses and lines. In this case I'm scratching a circle for a head base and marking a line for the neck, keeping in mind that it's better for this line to be some sort of a spine, a backbone for the neck to be connected to. I'll finish this super simplified skeleton with an ellipse that is gonna be a base for our character's chest. Why not? Next comes the time for something harder than lines and ellipses. But here lines simply are going to create some kind of rectangles in pursuit to show where jaws and snout itself are gonna be. In my case, this intersection shows both at the same time the center of a snout, so we know the direction that it is facing, and the eye line, on which I'm quickly placing eyes here. Oh, a little later I will tell you a little hint about eyes, but let's proceed. Also, there are a couple of lines for horns. Don't forget about the chosen perspective when placing those. Then I'm modeling the approximate position of the upper and lower jaws, assuming that my character will have its maw slightly opened. This particular line determines where jaws are touching. And now I'm drawing the rest of the muzzle, maw and cheeks based on all the lines I have already drawn in. Okay, my base is there. Now it's time to detail and form it out. Here I usually decide on what kind of details and features my character's gonna have. Will they have floppy ears, additional horns, spikes or other decorations? Add in their approximate position first if I'm not sure yet. In this very example I haven't added anything extraordinary, because my goal wasn't showing you the process of creation and the flow of my thoughts during this process. Teeth, tongue, nostrils, pupils, horns, all of this is growing, sticking in our dummy, adding some weight, volume and shape to our idea. Oh yes, the hint about eyes I promised. It's simple. Always keep in mind that eyes are not flat, they're just the two spheres in our heads. So if it really helps you, you can draw their positions in eye sockets like that. It may help you with some perspectives and drawing the eyelids correctly curved. Also, I always use additional navigation lines, just for myself, so I will not make a mistake later during the rendering. This line, for instance. When I'm satisfied with the result of what I've drawn, without cleaning the sketch up much, I proceed to the coloring stage. If our idea is supposed to have any kind of background on it, first of all I'm going to place the background. Since it's easier to correctly place a character in its surroundings when the background is more or less there already. I mean all those reflections and additional hues on the character. Very simple background this time, but it presents. Okay, now we're ready to add some color to it. I start from dark desaturated tints. My dragon this time will be red. So in the beginning I'm placing darker red tones and few bright spots of a brighter, more saturated hue. Although you should not only limit yourself with saturation and brightness of one single type of red color. By knowing that in the shadows of the more warm colors you can find the hues of the opposite one in a coloring, let's pick a dark green and add it to the dark spots. A single colored creature is boring. Let's add another tint for neck and chest. And by this, using the same concept, I keep carefully adding all colors I need, trying to place bright accents only where it's really needed, concentrating most of the details on spots of the viewer's interest, the snout in our case. Usually there will be a secondary light source, sometimes even more than one. It may be anything, just a reflection of a primary light from the surroundings or any other natural or artificial light sources. So after deciding about the direction of that source and its color, which is kinda the same hue as my background color here, I add this contour light on our dragon. Later, I am simply working with accents, like the apexes, the highest and most lit spots on our character, to bring viewers' attention even more to the dragon's happy snout, enhancing some of the shadows and adding more prominency to his body as well. As you probably noticed, I've lowered the opacity of my sketch layer to work above it. This is how I'm getting rid of lines partially or completely to the end of work, but not always, depending on desired result. While I'm okay with hues, values, and all the accents are in the right place, it's time to work with additional stuff like textures and little details. For example, I will give this fella some visible scales. He looks too smooth right now, doesn't he? It is not always necessary to draw every little scale, because our brain has an ability to add some details on its own, based on a little noticed pattern at an important spot. For instance, if I only add a few little lines on the background, imitating a brick wall, you already will think that it's a solid brick wall behind our character, when it's actually not. Probably not the strongest effect here, but I literally made it within a few seconds. If you spent a bit more time and put more effort in it, you'll see a better result. I also use this effect in my art pieces for aforementioned scales, as said. Let's not focus on textures much. What if I would like to add a mane to our character already after the color job is done? Huh? For some mysterious reason, the most beginners start panicking and are afraid of messing up their work at this stage. But come on, we're working on a digital canvas. Let's create a new layer and, already with colored brush, mark where the hair will have its place and shape. Never forgetting that hair should be above the character's skull or body. They also have their own volume and shape and are not able to replace part of head. This is about the importance of building the character and their anatomy properly. Using the same concepts as before, I'm rendering the dragon's mane, always keeping in mind little details and secondary light source I've added before, so nothing gets out of frame. And that's basically it! I've created such an odd dragon fella in my attempt to try explaining every step during the creation of any average art piece of mine. Of course, not always using only these methods works, but for better understanding of the whole process and answering some of your questions, I assume it's enough. Thank you for watching this video till the end, I hope this was informatory. Please feel free to offer a theme for next video in the comment section and hit the like button under a comment that matches your own wish. I will try to make a video about the most popular theme, if I feel like I'm skilled enough to answer it completely. The original .psd file for study can be found on my Patreon amongst all the high-res and additional content there. Do not hesitate to follow me at other places as well, all links are in description. Subscribe to this channel to not miss new time-lapses and tutorials, and also, soon, there will be a scandalous review on my new Wacom Cintiq Pro 16. And next, if you like this enough of course, I'm gonna make a review on iPad Pro 2017 and its possibilities for creativity. Is it as good as they say it is? Hit the like button and cheer me up. Hit the dislike button too, but if you do this, leave your constructive critique down below, please. That was from Russia with Love, Karukuji the Artsy Blue Dragon. До свидания!